I think we can all agree that that was one of the ugliest performances of baseball from both teams that we've seen in a while. But the Blue Jays sweep away the Atlanta Braves in walk-off fashion. Danny Jansen punching that single through the left side. And the Blue Jays sweep away the Atlanta Braves. How we doing? Fantastic. What a ball game. What a finish for the Toronto Blue Jays. It looked bleak in so many different ways. Tons and tons of opportunities to capitalize. Them making errors, crashing into each other, dropping pop-ups. I mean, it was ugly. And the Jays just could not capitalize until the bottom half of the ninth inning. Let's quickly run through this stuff. Top of the first, Ronald Acuna rips a solo shot off of Yusei Kikuchi, and that thing was a moonshot. Then at the top of the second inning, Michael Harris hits a single through the right side for a base hit. Marcell Ozuna comes in to score. It is 2-0 Atlanta. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and the wheels just absolutely fall off. They can't track a pop-up. Acuna, it drops in. Whit Merrifield goes to second, and it starts everything. Then Brandon Belt hits a single to the opposite field, and it goes past Austin Riley. In comes Whit Merrifield. The Jays have cut the deficit now to 2-1. Fantastic. Then, with the bases loaded and still nobody out for George Springer, he hits a bouncer back to the pitcher, goes home to first. There's 2 out. Oh, that's painful. The Jays end up loading the bases again, though, but this time with 2 out. Vladdy rips a single up the middle for a base hit. 2 runs come in to score, and a 2-out, 2-run single for Vladdy gives the Jays a 3-2 lead. Phenomenal. Top of the third inning, Ozzie Albies hits a 2-run shot off of Yusei Kikuchi, and Ronald Acuna comes in to score, and it is they regain their lead. It's now 4-3. And then in the top of the fourth, former beloved Blue Jay Kevin Pillar demolishes a Yusei Kikuchi pitch into left field, or into left seats for a solo shot. It is now 5-3 Atlanta. Then bottom 4. I mean, the runs keep coming. George Springer drills one to left center field, and it barely gets out, but it does. It's a solo shot, cutting the deficit down to 5-4. The Jays are right there. And then we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Vladdy drills one. He thinks it's gone. It's off the wall. Acuna plays on the bounce. Vladdy gets a single. And he is so damn lucky the Jays won this ball game today, because that's a huge situation. That extra 90 feet is crucial. Now, I understand they ended up winning the game, and that's all great. Now, imagine if they lost the discourse about that Vladdy extra 90 feet and thinking it's a bomb. It would be insane. It would be like Bo Bichette talk on defense, and that's always a hairy subject. But gets followed up by a Matt Chapman? Hold on a minute. I'm going to pull that up here so I can make sure I'm 100% right with it. Varsho then pops out, so there's 1 away after the Vladdy single. Then Matt Chapman walks, Vladdy up to second base. So then you can argue, it kind of balances out. Vladdy ends up at second anyways. And then Brandon Belt hits a chopper to short, but they have him in the shift, so it's a chopper to basically nobody. And they end up picking it up in the infield because it was hit that damn slow. Nobody's out. And we have the bases loaded now. Or excuse me, the Brandon Belt one, that was after Whit Merrifield hit a fly ball to Kevin Pillar. So there's 2 out now, and the bases loaded for Danny Jansen. And I've done this once before. I did it for the Leafs in Game 7, and you guys let me know if you want to see it more often. But I'm going to give way now to a hint of Ben Wagner at the beginning and Dan Shulman for the call of the walk-off.
Tying run stands at third with a winner at second for Danny Jansen. 1 for 4 at the plate.
And a swing and a base hit. Guerrero in to score. Chapman on his way home, and the Blue Jays win it. Danny Jansen, the hero here this afternoon, with a 2-out, 2-run single, and the Blue Jays have just swept the Atlanta Braves.
And there we have it. Fantastic. Danny Jansen punching that through the left side. Oh, wow, what a moment for DJ, honestly. Like a 2-run single, scoring Chappie, scoring Vladdy, and the Blue Jays walk it off 6-5 over the Atlanta Braves. And obviously, I have no affiliation with Sportsnet or anything, so me playing that video is just for entertainment purposes only. Shout out Dan Schulman and Ben Wagner. I mean, I was listening on the radio when that happened. Just, the calls were mint. Fantastic stuff. Now, the Blue Jays get the win, get the sweep. They sweep the top team in the NL East, the Atlanta Braves. That's saying a lot here. So hell of a job from the Blue Jays today, even though it was kind of ugly. The Jays had 2 errors. Take a wild guess who committed the errors. Wasn't Bo Bichette. Matt Chapman. Like what? No one would see that coming. But it was one of those games where you just scratch your head the entire time. Let's get to these numbers. George Springer, 2 for 5 in the ball game. Obviously had the solo shot, getting the RBI and a run scored. His numbers are starting to creep back up now. Vladdy went 2 for 5 with a couple RBIs and a run scored. And Brandon Belt, albeit he didn't pound the baseball, doesn't matter. 3 for 5 for Brandon Belt, had an RBI. Danny Jansen went 2 for 5 with a couple RBIs and a run scored. And even Santiago Espinal, 2 guys in Jano and Espy, who even after these days are still sitting sub 200, but they each had 2 hits, and Jansen obviously with the most important hit of all, the walk-off 2-run single. Denny went 2 for 5 with a run scored, a couple RBIs, and Santiago Espinal 2 for 4 with a bunt single and a regular single as well, and a run scored for him. The team overall, 13 hits for the Blue Jays today, 6 strikeouts, and they walked 4 times. Offensively, it wasn't the issue, albeit you couldn't capitalize on their mistakes quite often. So that's where every Jays fan was pulling their hair out. Like, if we don't get this sweep, I understand a sweep is tough against Atlanta. You won the series, blah, blah, blah. But the way this game was going, you had to find a way to win. And they did. They really did. Now, Yusei Kikuchi wasn't great today. Had the strikeout stuff, was throwing strikes, right? 7 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, but allowed 3 home runs. Right, it was 3. Let me make sure. Yeah, 3 home runs, 9 hits over 4 innings of work, 5 runs, only 4 were earned. Not a great start for Yusei Kikuchi. There's no doubt about it. But, look, there are going to be times where you need your offense to pick you up. And from a guy like Yusei Kikuchi, let's be honest, he's had a great start to the season. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He's going to have hiccups, like he did today. And they may be sizable hiccups because he's your 5th starter. I know people want to rearrange things around because he's having a great start to the season. And, he's your number 2, he's your number... No. Kikuchi's your number 5, Barrios number 4, and we are Gosman's 1. Until like June or something, Manoah's 2 for me, and Chris Bassett. I know he had the complete game, but he's my number 3. That's how I line it up, no matter what way you look at the ERAs and such. But you're going to have a tough one for Yusei Kikuchi. It is what it is. And I got to say, no one's going to talk about it, but the bullpen then threw 5 shutout innings the rest of the way. It's incredible. Anthony Bass, clean inning of work, had a strikeout. I walked a guy, and how else did they go? He got another base runner. It was 2 on. Can't remember how it happened. Hit him? No, I can't remember. Jay Jackson walked a guy, but that was it. Clean inning of work for him, and he was facing, I think, 9-1-2 in their order, so... Or I guess 9-1-2-3 because he faced 4 guys. Did a great job. Great job, Jay Jackson. Trevor Richards. We yapped him last year. We all joke about him having a changeup and basically nothing else. But he went 2 innings, had 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 3, didn't allow any runs. Hell of a job for Trevor Richards. And Nate Pearson went out there, picks up the win actually. Goes a clean inning, walks a guy. That's it. Gets a strikeout. So a good job for Nasty Nate getting back out there and throwing up a 0 after that tough one against the Phillies in Philly. All right, so now, great stuff by the Blue Jays. They're done this series, though. On to the next one, and you have the Yankees coming to town for a 4-gamer, I believe. Hold on a minute. 1, let me see. Oh, God, my Wi-Fi now. Now you're going to, there we go. 2, 3, and yeah, a 4-game set. So, if it all lines up correctly for the Blue Jays, it's going to be Manoah in Game 1. Game 2, you're going to get Kevin Gausman. Game 3, going to be Chris Bassett. And Game 4, Jose Barrios. You have your top 4 guys going against the Yankees. And for the Yankees, they have Johnny Brito. I'm not even going to try. He's on the mound for the Yankees in Game 1 tomorrow. Domingo Germán gets the ball for the Yankees in Game 2. They don't have any pitchers lined up for Game 3 or 4. Let me quickly flip to the MLB app. Maybe they have it before we wrap this puppy up for you. Oh, what a ball game tonight, wasn't it? All right, so Game 2 there. Game 3, oh, Garrett Cole. It's Cole versus Bassett. That's probably what it's going to line up as for the Blue Jays and Yankees. And then the finale of the series, it's lined up as Nestor Cortez probably versus Jose Barrios, if it all lines up correctly. So there you go. There's the 4-game set against the New York Yankees coming up starting tomorrow night at Rogers Center. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and of course, enjoy the sweep, smack the like button. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? The Twitter and Instagram links are down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. Discord and TikTok is down there as well. And I'll talk to you guys, Jays Edition, Game 1 of the 4-game set against the New York Yankees tomorrow night. Brito Manoah. That's the pitching matchup there tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. That video will be uploaded later than usual, but it will be uploaded tomorrow night. Can guarantee you that. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and, of course, the ending to this game. We'll talk to you guys then.